welcome to this episode of Conversation with a Chef. I'm Jo Rittey and I love sharing with you the conversations I get to have with talented and passionate chefs. It's the backstory, if you will, to the food they're putting up. I begin today by acknowledging the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, traditional custodians of the lands and airwaves where this conversation took place. Land which was never ceded. Land where communities came together to eat seasonally, locally and without exhausting resources. I pay my respects to their elders past and present and to any First Nations people listening today. Today I'm talking to Matilde Razzoli at Elio's Place. Elio's Place is an all-day European-inspired bistro in historic Flinders House on Flinders Lane by Adam and Elisa Mariani, masterminds behind CBD hotspots Greta and Maverick. The bistro's name pays homage to the siblings' late father Elio, who cherished good meals and engaging conversations. Right up my alley. And you couldn't ask for a better head chef for this venue than Matilde Razzoli. Now, I love every single conversation I'm lucky enough to have with chefs. People often ask me if I have a favourite conversation. Of course not. They're all incredible. But if someone asked me now, I would have to say that the chat I had with Matilde was everything I love about doing this. Matilde is a passionate and curious chef who's obsessed with food. It's not always a given that you can sit down and talk to a stranger and describe so articulately your journey and passion. And this was just a lovely conversation. And by the end, I felt as though I had made a new friend. Matilde is from Tuscany. She didn't initially consider hospitality as a possibility, but once she did, there was no going back. And as she says herself, it's the perfect job for her. How are you?
Good. Excited. I'll leave you the menu here,
nice.
just in case you want
Thank
to
you.
read.
For sure.
Excited. I was listening to a couple of episodes. I was listening to the one with Alexis from Molly's.
Yeah. He's amazing. I think his mind's going
him.
the whole time.
Yeah,
And when we were sitting down at one point, because it was, a Friday afternoon or whatever, it was Saturday or something. Anyway, he was so aware of the past as well that he was like, I just have to go and
do something. A friend of mine is the bar manager, Kayla Saito.
Oh yeah. Wow.
We work together, and I didn't have the chance to go there, but I'll definitely go there. How's the food there?
It's really good.
Really good.
Like really flavoursome and quite different, and the dining room's really beautiful. It's a new building, but they've made it feel kind of lived in with some antique furniture and so on. So
yeah, I'll definitely I wanted to go tonight, but they're closing at 5.
Oh yeah.
Find some time.
I suppose they have to have a night off.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. I've never done this.
I looked at your Instagram account and it's so beautiful.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, you really love food, clearly.
Yeah, I love food.
And I like that you've done some teaching as well.
Yeah. So I was doing some teaching for a while from home. That's not through Elio's, it was just my business.
Yeah.
I wanted to do something different. I'm a creative person, so I always needed my outlet. I always like to share what I know about food.
Nice.
And I really like teaching about people. So many times I've noticed over time the importance of having a mentor and someone that really teaches you the right things in the right way. So for me, teaching is just something that is so valuable. So I thought, why not sharing what I know with people that want to learn, about food.
Yeah.
And that was fun.
Nowadays people are a bit afraid of food. I think because afraid to create their own food or making mistakes.
Yeah.
And some of those simple things and the techniques that I see chefs using, which seem to come so naturally to you.
Yeah.
Ordinary people don't always know
No.
how to do them, and so I love going to cooking classes for that reason, just to get a little bit of
you get all the tips and tricks,
a few hacks and
things.
Yeah.
I always like to give some tips and tricks because people are like, I really don't know I could do this thing this way, I didn't know I could smoke a trout at home if I wanted to, and
exactly.
Yeah, so that's the beauty of it. I think nowadays you see more and more like tips and tricks sometimes in reels when you see like videos, video content is like so available now that some people pick them up, other people don't.
And I watched the baby carrot risotto reel that you did. I would never have thought of putting carrot in risotto.
So good.
But it was so good.
I was like surprised by my own food there because I thought it was just gonna be, I tried the recipe, but I didn't know it was gonna be so good. I loved it. I have a bunch of those videos that I have to publish. I might publish some more.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah,
please do.
Yeah, I have a lot that I've done before studying with these guys at Elio. I've done a lot of filming.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was good. It really pushed me to do a lot of research and even more than I usually do, and you kind of need to tell a story as well behind when you record.
That's right.
It was fun though. But thank you. Did you try and make it?
I haven't. No, I just looked at it yesterday, so I haven't quite got there yet. But I want to. And the pollen that you use, to bring out the flavour of the carrot.
Fennel pollen.
So interesting.
Yeah, you sometimes when you work in restaurants, you come across all these different ingredients, and especially if you work in fine dining or in restaurants, they use a little bit more particular ingredients. And then if you're really passionate about food, you have these flavors and memories that stays in the back of your mind, and sometimes when you need them, you think about them and they pop up and they work. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. You just need to try things and taste everything all the time. That's what I do.
Do you have notebooks? Do you write things down, or how do you remember all those things that you've tried or you want to try?
A lot of this is my brain. I'm really, really obsessed with food, and it's one of the few things that I'm good at in life. So I don't know, my brain is really focused on food all the time, 24/7. But yes, I have I'm the chef that you're, what's his name, Alex or Alexis?
Yeah.
Alex. He's a spreadsheet guy. I'm also a spreadsheet girl chef. I love a spreadsheet, so I have notes and I have lists of things that I like, but it's ever changing as well. I don't like to do the same thing twice, and I like to change things in a dish. If 1 year I do a dish in a way, I like to change maybe one component of the dish or the way that we serve that. And also this is the first role as head chef for me, so my journey is just begun.
Great.
Yeah, the possibilities are endless now for me. I have the freedom to do basically whatever I want.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
How long have you been here?
In Australia?
No, at Elio's.
Just 2 months.
2 months. Okay.
I met the guys just before I left Italy. I went to Italy in July just to visit my family. I go every summer, and I saw an ad, and I wanted, I had just bought an investment property, so I was doing my business. I wasn't paying myself with my business because it wasn't enough to pay myself. I was doing some cooking classes, some events, but as you know, I really need the consistency. So I was doing 2 or 3 jobs to sustain myself. And I was like, no, I really need to, something fixed and safe to and so I started to look for new jobs. And I always loved hospitality. I always loved the restaurant life and fine dining and creating menus. So I saw an ad, and we got in touch and with the guys, and they hired me. I did the whole menu before going to Italy. We did the whole menu. We did the tasting of the whole menu in a couple of weeks at Greta's, one of the cafes that they have. And then I went to Italy, came back the day after. I was here with them again, just building up the restaurant. But we did it in 2 tranches because I had that holiday, and we weren't sure because they were renovating the space here, so they weren't sure if with the dates it was gonna work, but it did work. We weren't sure if my holiday was in the way or not.
Yeah.
But it did work, and it was good. And then it was
and good to have a holiday before you start something like this.
It was perfect. Yeah. It was good. I was refreshed and full of inspiration from Italy. I went to Amsterdam and Belgium as well, so I saw a bit of Europe. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
I'm going to Amsterdam later. Well, actually, I'm flying out in 3 weeks to France, and then I'm working my way up.
Are you going to Amsterdam as well?
I'm going to go to Copenhagen and Amsterdam, yeah.
I would definitely have a recommendation, a restaurant. I'm sure that there's plenty in Amsterdam, but I've been to this place called Choux.
Okay.
Choux, parachute.
Yep.
CHOUX.
Okay.
I really liked that.
Right.
It was good. It was big space, super busy, so booking recommended.
Okay.
But I found the flavors to be really, 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 really
good to know.
Yeah, I loved it.
I'll go.
Yeah. If you remember, if you want.
So this is the first menu that you've put together?
I've done some pop-ups. A couple of years ago, I was doing pop-ups at Sleepy's wine bar in Carter North on Nicholson Street. A guy that owns that used to work with me, Steve Chen. We worked together at Capitano. And he opened Sleepy's, and I started the first pop-up at Faraday's Cage, which is the cafe next to Bar Liberty.
Okay.
There's
Yes.
a cafe called Faraday's Cage. They do, like breakfast and lunch. And I started there the first couple of pop-ups, and then I found Sleepy's was like a better suit for me. So I did a few events there, a couple of events at Manze too. Manze in North Melbourne.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And Nagesh lent me the space. It was nice of him.
Is that Mauritian?
Yeah, Mauritian, yeah. And so let's say that the menus started. I was creating the menus for the pop-ups first, but this is like the proper official, menu that I've
And
done.
did you have a brief, or could you just do what you wanted to? Did they give you some?
The brief is like, we're trying to keep the food. This is like an all-day European bistro, so obviously we have a breakfast menu as well.
Wow.
And then we keep the lunch and dinner, I can show you later if you want. And we keep the lunch and dinner the same because the space is what it is and the chefs are what they are.
It's a beautiful space.
Yeah, it's an amazing space. We keep the menu. The menu is created to be shared, so it's a shared menu,
Okay.
and it's European with obviously pretty strong Italian influences because of me. I'm Italian, but yeah, like just European vibes, but also contemporary Australian because we are also in Australian. So, but the ingredients, let's say, and everything is very European.
Wow. I do like a whole flounder. I'm from New Zealand and
Yeah, we're from New Zealand.
Christchurch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I went to this amazing I feel like it's got better and better. I've been away since 2011.
Yeah.
And a couple of visits ago, I went to this incredible vineyard just up the hill from Christchurch, and there was a really young chef who's now come to Melbourne.
Yeah.
And he was doing these beautiful flounder that had just been caught like locally and so on.
That's amazing.
They're beautiful fish.
Like in Italy. Where is he working now? Who is this?
I haven't seen lately, but I think he went to somewhere on the peninsula, 4 minutes by tractor or something like that.
Okay, no winery.
Jackson, I think his name is, yeah. This sounds delicious, and so, okay, wow.
The feedback has been so far, very, very positive, so I'm pretty happy.
I don't know where I'd even start. Artichokes is great.
Yeah.
I see artichokes often enough.
People love
Yeah.
the skewers. Definitely there's a couple of skewers.
Okay.
The ox tongue and the cabbage.
Oh, yeah,
They're definitely bestseller. Burrata, really everything. Like burrata, the octopus is selling really well.
And what's
Canestro is the shape of pasta.
Okay.
It's just a pasta.
Okay.
That's gonna change soon because pumpkin's a bit wintry, but so we'll work on that soon-ish. All the spring vegetables are gonna hit us, so that's great. We have an amazing selection.
It's earlier as well.
Yeah, and I try and work with farms as well. Like depends in what they have. Like maybe in spring and summer we'll order a little bit more from farm. Now we're getting a bit less because it's less available. But there's a little bit of attention. It's not like a restaurant that it's super produce focused, but I've always worked in fine dining and in places where we were really produce focused. So I'll try and bring that here as well as much as we can, and it's gonna get more and more the more time I'm in as well. I need to get adjusted. I can't
that's
to
right.
the space, but
Like
I really.
And what part of Italy are you from?
I'm from Tuscany, near Florence.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I come from near Florence, so it's a good position because you can easily reach the north and you easily reach the south. So in summer, I've always traveled in the south with my parents, and I used to ski a lot. So I've always done many holidays in the north as well. Always traveled. My parents love to travel, so I've been pretty lucky. Never to Australia. I just came to Australia to live.
Why Australia?
I had a couple of friends living here, and one of my good friends in Italy really was like, she was working in hospitality as well, and she always was telling me, Mati, you need to go to Australia, it's amazing. And one year I had the chance to come here for holiday, and I loved it, and I moved here.
And straight to Melbourne?
Yeah, I was Melbourne. During my holiday I did a Melbourne, Sydney, Byron, but Melbourne is I love Melbourne.
Yeah.
For the hospitality scene, really career focused, really food focused.
It's very
as a person.
Focused, yeah.
No, for me as a person,
city
so
is,
it was
right.
the obvious choice for me. And Sydney is a bit too hilly.
Oh.
I like the flatness of Melbourne because I used to ride a bike at the beginning when I was in Melbourne, so I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna ride a bike with this."
That's right.
But yeah, and I'm not like I love the sea, but I'm not crazy about the ocean like everyone else is.
Yeah.
I like the sea, not the ocean. I like the European sea,
Yes,
smaller,
that's right.
no sharks,
No.
no waves.
I know. Well,
Like-
we live in Port Melbourne, and at least it's kind of like a bay there,
It's
so
a bit more
I feel
protected.
less.
in
But
danger.
there might be, endangered.
Endangered.
I don't know why.
No, not because of just the water is colder.
It
you
is
know,
cold,
we're not.
yeah.
My body is not used to Australian water, so for me it's not like I need to have the ocean or I'm gonna.
No, that's right. Yeah.
So Melbourne is perfect.
And it's funny, I was talking to someone yesterday, actually an Uber driver, an Australian Uber driver.
Yeah.
He was just saying, I don't know why anyone would come to Melbourne. The weather's awful. You
The
know,
culture.
everything's
Melbourne
awful.
is all about the
But-
culture.
But I reckon it's good that the weather is the way it is. Then people are inside and eating and doing art
Yeah.
and music and, you know.
Yeah, and we'll,
Sort of-
we'll get a bit less of global warming maybe in Melbourne. It's a bit more protected.
That's
from
right.
that. Probably not. But
I love it as well, and I think for me, coming from, you know, a small city, although we call it,
Christchurch is in the south.
it is, yeah. Melbourne's quite accessible, like it's not too brash because
Yeah.
you can stay within your suburb if you want to, and there's some
yeah.
great places
There's
and things.
the
and
bubble in the suburb.
Yeah, that's
every
right.
suburb has its own
Yeah.
bubble. I live in the west. I live in Footscray, Flemington, sorry. And I feel like everyone, you know, all my friends that live in the west, they stay in the west mostly. And people that live in Fitzroy usually hang out in Fitzroy. People that live in Brunswick, there's so much in Brunswick right now.
Yeah.
Brunswick is the new Fitzroy.
I know, it's amazing. Isn't it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And even in Preston, I've got friends in
Ah,
Preston.
yeah.
I got off the
Coburg,
train and
Preston,
walked past just
yeah.
all these amazing
Yeah.
looking places
Yeah.
just to get to their house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, what makes Melbourne great, I think it's the culture. We have something going on every year. You know, there's the Melbourne Film Festival, there's going to be AFL final soon, then there's going to be the tennis in January, the Formula One. You know, there's always something going on.
That's right.
It's great.
Yeah. And, well, I mean, I feel like when you speak to Italian or French or, you know, Greek people, that food is a large focus in their upbringing. But was food a big part of your family life growing up?
Yes, my parents are they're not chefs, so there wasn't part of my bringing in that sense, but they love food. So we love eating food, and you know we have the best of the produce in Italy. They're just amazing. So I grew up eating amazing food, but I wasn't those kind, like I wasn't like the other chefs that are born and they always knew what they wanted since age 4. That wasn't me. I didn't know what I wanted to do when I was like 20, 21. After dropping out of university, I started studying economy.
Oh.
Just because I didn't know, you know, when you get lost in your life,
Oh,
you have the
absolutely,
moment in your
yeah.
life when you don't know what to do. And yeah, so I decided it wasn't for me. I didn't want to waste time or, you know, money on uni. And I had a few months where I wasn't unsure. I wasn't sure about what to do, and I was in between cooking because I always loved food, and I don't know, I always found it like pretty appealing, cooking and photography. And I was in between those two. And during a trip in the US, I was with my family, just traveling. I just decided that I was gonna go for cooking. And then that was the beginning of my career. So I started by attending the Cordon Bleu in Florence.
Oh.
And and from there I've done like a couple of really, really hard internships in Michelin star restaurants in Florence. They really form you pretty well, let's say. And I loved it. So I don't know. I've always been pretty good at it. So that always really
Well, you sound so
fueled my passion. You know.
Yeah.
And
And curious as well.
Yeah. I've always been like a very curious person. So there's so much to discover in food and drinks as well. So that's perfect. And it's just a way to connect with people. Like everyone loves food. Most people love food. Not everyone.
Yeah, that's right.
I think, I don't know, it's my way of connecting with people, you know. All my friends, most of my friends are foodies. So it's a great way of...
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I wasn't like, it was like a later in my life for me. But when it clicked, it became an obsession, you know. Like a healthy one, hopefully.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with food, and I still am now. Like, I love food.
I spoke to an Italian chef, or a chef who is Italian, over in Park Street Pasta and Wine in South Melbourne, and he was saying that it's a really hard job in Italy because it's not very well paid. People do long hours and so on. Is that what your internships were like?
Yeah. My internships were not paid at all.
No, and
Yeah.
in long hours and
Yeah. As many hours as everyone else was doing, I think. Maybe like 10, 11 hours. Yeah, pretty long. There's worse than that. There's people that do like 16 hours shift. But yeah,
So
no,
were you doing
it's
things like just picking herbs, or were
yeah,
you-
at the beginning, especially I've done internship in a 3 Michelin star, and at the beginning we were doing prep with the other chef, but as you said, like maybe more washing vegetables and picking herbs, and the service kitchen was a bit separated by like a couple of steps from the prep kitchen. And the first month, so I was meant to do just 1 month there, and then I extended. I chose to do 2 months. So the first month I didn't even see we were just staring at them doing service. They were not allowed to do anything at all.
Yeah.
And then once, they see that you work hard and they trust you, it's like old school hospitality, a bit too much for me now, but I try and get like the best out of that and like translate it into like there has to be a little bit of cleanliness, and we can't just do whatever we want in the kitchen because there's so much risk in terms when you're handling food, and we need to be safe and nice to each other. So yeah, it was really hard at the beginning, but I loved it. It was hard, and I loved it. It was like a love-hate relationship. I don't know. It was so hard on me. I was working so hard that I had sciatica coming out of my leg. You know sciatica? You do say sciatica?
Sure.
When you work a lot. You have like this pain that comes out from your back.
Yes, yeah.
Sciatica?
I think I say sciatica. Yeah.
Sciatica?
Yeah.
Sorry for my pronunciation.
No. It's hard word.
So yeah, I was working super hard, but I've always been like very curious, intense as a person. So like cooking kind of matches that, and it's one of the reasons why I love restaurants. It's just like go, and then go home. And I'm a bit like that as a person too.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like good.
Oh, it does sound perfect for you because it's got all those elements of continuing to learn and discover and feeding people, and then the thrill of service.
Yeah, and now it's gonna get even more interesting for me because I'm learning all the, managing. I've always managed people when I was a chef as well, but it's more about you look at the spreadsheet and you learn more side of the business as well, which is very interesting.
And what is your leadership style, do you think?
Strict but fair.
Yeah.
I would say I'm pretty strict when it comes to food, and I think consistency is key when you have a restaurant. You want the food to be consistent for the customer.
Yeah,
I think it's and I've never done an opening, so this was very new for me, and I think we've done pretty well here at Elio's, but I don't know. You wouldn't need to ask the chefs. I think I'm strict, but I think I'm fair as well. Like when service is on, where we need to be focused and sharp. But if something happens, like there's a problem, we'll talk about it. And after service, everyone is, we'll have a laugh.
Yeah.
But during service, especially if it's a busy night, I would like everyone to be focused.
Yeah.
I'm not an angry chef though. I'm just strict.
Yeah. And how do you handle that stress of overseeing other people and a really busy service? What's your strategy?
For me, now I enjoy it because it's that kind of stress that I love. It fuels me to the point that sometimes I forget to eat. No, it's true. I love this job. I just love what I do, and I love things to go smooth. So I love being busy. I love when the restaurant is like super packed and I need to like manage everything in a smooth way. Like that's where I thrive. But at the beginning, when I was not used to do that, there was a lot of anxiety in that as well. And like it's everything is new. So when I teach someone, or when I have someone that is not at the level yet and I need to bring them up to that level, I always try and think about me having all that anxiety back in the days. So I try to say things in a way that is strict, but not trying to make the person feel small or bad about what they're doing. Like, come on, we can do this, let's do it together, I'm here for you, let's do this together. If you haven't, I showed you twice, if I need to show you another 2-3 times, we'll do it again, it's fine. But then at some point you'll get it, and you'll improve.
Yeah. And what do you eat on your days off?
I love going out to eat. I love Melbourne because it's such a melting pot of different cultures. In Italy, we have obviously immigration, but the hospitality scene doesn't really reflect that as well as Melbourne does. It's not that integrated. So I love to try everything. We have amazing African restaurants on Racecourse Road in Flemington. So we like sometimes with my partner we go out and try those, just like random. Sometimes I plan. We have a list that is never ending of places that we want to try. So, like, I go everywhere. I go to eat pizza. I go to eat restaurant. But if I have to cook for myself, I like to eat healthy food, and I try to mix not too much red meat. It's pretty boring, to be honest. I just try to keep myself healthy.
Yeah.
And I don't love junk food that much. Like, I like it once in a while, but it makes me feel with age, now getting a bit older, it makes me feel a bit heavy sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I eat everything. I just love food. So maybe tonight we'll have pizza.
Yeah, nice. So, with all that in mind and your experience, what would your advice be to a young person starting out as a chef?
I would advise them to be curious and to always ask questions. Never be scared to ask questions. Be passionate about what you're doing. If you realize that cooking is not for you, maybe you should explore different options, because it's a really tough job and it takes a lot away from your weekends and your friends. But I feel like nowadays we live in a society where everyone does different jobs, so it's less there's less people that do 9 to 5. It's a bit more how do you say, different.
Yeah.
Like, everyone does different jobs in different hours. But before, when I was studying, most of my friends were doing 9 to 5, and I missed all the all the birthdays, all the parties. To go back into to get back into topic, I would say just be passionate, be curious, ask as many questions as you can, and really try and understand how things work. Don't stop at the first clue. You really need to understand how everything works.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Conversation with a Chef with Matilde Razzoli at Elio's Place in the city. You can check out Elio's Place on Instagram at elios.place, that's ELIOS.place, but also Matilda's Instagram is fabulous. She has great videos where she talks you through recipes, and there are a lot of glorious photos of food. If you'd like to hear more stories from other chefs, I'm on Instagram at Conversation with a Chef. You can read the chat and become a subscriber at www.conversationwithachef.com. And of course, you can follow me on Apple and Spotify podcasts. I would absolutely love it if you told a friend about my chats, because that's still the best way to get the stories out there. Once again, thanks so much for listening. Have a great day and bon appetit.